Hello, my name is Roger Sines, earning my strength and conditioning certification. So today we're going to discuss a few components of the bench press. We're going to discuss some muscles that are used, which is your pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, your frontal delts, and your triceps. Your back is also included in this, and it's usually used as a base. So we're going to go through some components. The components are we're going to take a standard fitness bench. We're going to do 4 sets of 8. And I'm going to show you another component, which is 4 sets of 5, and along with an explosive movement. We're also going to do 2 series of supersets. One is going to be with your back involved. So immediately after a bench rep, you will go into a back movement, and the other will be an overload of the bench work, which would be an offset push-up or a med ball push-up. We're going to look at some explosive movements. We're going to take into account the eccentric and concentric motion of the bench press, and we're going to keep it simple and explosive and try to be as correct and as technical as possible. I hope you enjoy this video. The first portion that we're going to do is a bench warm-up. So we are doing face pulls with a band. We're going to go 3 sets of 10. So we're doing face pulls as a warm-up. We're going to get our shoulder joints warmed up. We're going to get our back warmed up. We're going to get some of our deltoids warmed up so we can get ready to hit some weight. So this is the first component of a series of 3 of the warm-up that we're going to do. The next facet of our warm-up is a banded pull-apart, starting to open up your pecs, getting your chest ready to go, and continuing to work on your deltoids and your chest muscles as we warm up to bench press. So a banded pull-apart. Again, we're going to go about 3 sets of 10. Next portion of what we're doing of the warm-up for bench press is a shoulder press. We're going to get those frontal deltoids warmed up, continue getting our joints warmed up, trying to stay in a good functional motion where we feel good as we lift and feel good into the bench work that we get into. We want to make sure that we're warm, that we're a little bit sweaty, so we can push some weight around. Also want to introduce my mom. This is her right here. She's 68 years old, and she is getting into strength training. So I just think that's awesome. So another component that we're going to do is a warm up for bench press, which warms up very similar muscles as a dumbbell, standing dumbbell press, is a play on the Viking press. We want to make sure that our frontal delts are warm, along with some of our pec muscles are warm, and along with our triceps, as our triceps are important in a pressing motion. So this is a pressing motion. First thing we want to adhere to is making sure that your points of contact are being done. So that is both feet flat on the floor. You want to get your feet back and your body back as best as you can, that it can still be maintained flat on the floor. Next thing is you will keep your back flat on the bench, and you will widen your back out a little bit. Now you come to the bar, and you'll grip the bar. Make sure that your hands are even as possible. We want to be a little wider than narrow, not too wide. Now if we're powerlifting, we'd want to be out toward the legal portions of the knurlings. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and come up. You're going to have a nice and easy press motion down to your chest and up. Good. Down to your chest and up. Good. Again. Good. She's going to do 8 reps. Good. Good. Important components are feet flat, butt to the bench, back to the bench, pushing up toward the rack. So what we're going to do here is the first version of a superset. We're going to go 4 sets of 8. So she's going to do 8. And we can stop here for a basic motion or as we're getting into general fitness, or we're going to superset. So right after, she would move into a walkover push-up that she'll do a set of 5. So it's 5 with each arm right after the bench component. So this is a version of a superset. Getting a good push-up position. Right after she finishes, very little rest for the pec muscles. Pushing up, 5 with each arm. So this is a medicine ball push-up, or a form of an offset push-up. This serves a couple of purposes. We're going to do 3 sets of 5 here, so it's 5 with each arm. So you can use this as a warm-up. You can also use this as a portion of the superset, especially when you're low volume, because after all, you are after the explosive purposes. So we talked a lot about supersets today as we're trying to increase and change the variant, increase the strength, and increase the volume. All right, so I'm going to do a set of 5, and right after I do a set of 5, I'm going to go, I can stop for fitness, or I can do a superset, and in this case, I'm going to show a gorilla row. So here's my set of 5. Right after my bench set without rest, I'm coming into a gorilla row. I'm using kettlebells. This is 5 with each arm. So you get your body in a good position. Static hip hinge, head up, and pull. All right, feet flat on the floor, both feet flat, glutes on the rear, on the bench, lats out wide, off the rack, down to your chest, off your chest as quickly as possible. A component for a superset as an overload using the same muscles, which is your pec minor, pec major, your frontal delts, and your triceps, and especially some of your lats, is a wall toss. It's an explosive movement. So how you do that is you take the ball evenly with both hands, bring it towards your chest. You will get your feet evenly, about shoulder width, maybe just a tad wider, whatever's comfortable to you. You're going to squat down a little bit, and you're going to explode to the wall. Okay, back to the original deal with your 5 points of contact, feet flat on the floor. In this case, we had to make an adjustment to make sure that she was able to have a base. So we used some plates to be flat on the floor. Her glutes are on the bench. Her back needs to be widened. As she widens her back in this set, we're going to look at a mid-range. So this one's going to be a set of 5. One, all the way down. Be in control of the bar, all the way down to your chest. There you go. One more. So this set is going to be a set of 3. So in this case, in the low rep range, you're either doing 3 sets of 3, 4 sets of 3, or even getting to explosive movements, you can even do 16 sets of 3. But the same things are being adhered to. Feet flat on the floor, glutes on the bench, back wide, a neutral grip for your body, which we weren't neutral here. Neutral grip for your body. Now go ahead. So here we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. So another version that we can work to work the antagonist muscle of the bench is a pull. So one of the pulls we can do is a T-bar row. So she sets her feet, she hip hinges, and she pulls the bar to her chest. So this next component, we're going to do lat pulls, but we're going to take the lat pulls a step further and be more specific for bench. So it's going to be a cheater pull. I'm going to lean back I'm going to pull the weight back. I'm going to do 4 sets of 5 in the same component that I did the bench. So here's a cheater pull. This is the antagonist muscle to the bench. This is going to help give you a more powerful platform so you can have a more powerful bench press. So next thing I'm going into is a close grip set. So after a set, after benching, after supersetting, we're gonna still concentrate on some of your pec muscles, but more so still with the pressing motion, and the pressing motion is gonna be a little more concentrated towards your triceps. So your hands come in close, you're off the rack, down to your chest, up explosively. The next thing that you'll see on this video is we're going to do some conditioning. We're going to do 7 minutes of battle rope. So it's going to be 7 minutes. Then I rest as my partner goes 7 minutes. And it's going to be a minute times 7 reps, not 7 straight minutes. So 7 total minutes, but it's going to be each set is 1 minute. After that, you'll see us cool down, and then you'll see several series of different kinds of bench work that we do. You'll see a set of 3. You'll see some explosive movements with a medicine ball. You'll see as we go through different components of a bench routine. The next component is hose slams. We're going to do 7 sets at a minute each, 60 seconds. She's getting to a good squat position, getting the hoses over her head. She's being explosive. This helps with the conditioning segment of this routine. So the conclusion of this video is the cool down, which is the stretching portion. We're doing banded pull aparts, and we'll do some face pulls, 3 sets again to cool off after a heavy bench workout. So you'll see some components. You'll see the muscles used. So pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, frontal, delts, your back, your lats were used. We supersetted. We did some overloads. We also did some singular reps. We ended with the conditioning portion, which is the battle ropes, of which we did 7 minutes, 1 minute each set. And so a little background on me as I speak of this conclusion. I've been the head boys powerlifting coach and strength coach at Calhoun High School since 2013. In that time, we've had 1 3rd place in the state of Texas finish. We've had a lot of success individually, several state champions with their respected weight class, and I felt like self-study has taken me as far as it could on my own, so I wanted to do something and attain a certification that would help me progress and learn, because you never stop learning, and I want my guys to be the best they can be, so adding something to my toolbox will add something to their toolbox, because it's not what I know that has success for them, it's what they know. So I do my best to teach whatever it is I know to them, because that's important for them. It's important for them to have success. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck to whoever decides to attain this certification.